The Daddyofive videos have inspired a lot of people to film kind of, comments, responses. And, I mean, that's justifiable. It makes sense. You see something that horrible, you want to react to it. And, of course, there's always people who are hoping to scrape off of the top of the popularity and those types of, dumpster fires. But I would like to offer up a little bit of an opinion on this. I'm teaching Heart of Darkness in my 1102 class. And Conrad's book and Apocalypse Now, starring Marlon Brando, the story, the central thread of this, is a fantastic exploration of the depths of human evil. And what happens when evil seeks to justify itself and to make itself or dig for itself a place in logic and rationality. Kurtz, as a figure, is horrifying, not necessarily for his death count or his cruelty, but for the explanation of why he does these things. In Heart of Darkness, it's because of the ivory. It's because of the fact that he was running his station. And he was doing it well, right? He had good numbers. He had profit. Heart of Darkness, Kurtz, gives us a little bit more of a nuanced look at evil in the sense that Kurtz is a product of trauma. Kurtz is building for himself a community that is, well, surviving in a very, very primal and violent world. And that gives us the Kurtz that looks at the inoculated arms, the inoculated severed arms of the Vietnamese and the Cambodians, and he looks at that and he sees the hacked off arms and the hacked off limbs. And what is his response to that? His response is the genius of that. If I had a regiment of men who could do that, I would solve all of this crisis in weeks. Now, that Kurtz is warped by trauma, trying to, make sense of the incredibly violent and cruel world that he lives in. What does this have to do with Daddyofive? Daddyofive, in his videos, his cruelty, the manipulation, the sadism, is attempting to justify itself. And it justifies itself with revenue. The YouTube videos show us the kids in a nightmarish society. They might as well have heads on poles, right? They might as well have trophies of the psychological damage that they've done. But where we start getting into the true heart of darkness in this situation is not our reaction to it. It's not the fact that we are all looking at these people and pointing our fingers and saying, that's child abuse, that's bad. The heart of darkness is with the kids themselves. The kids themselves have accepted this. They have internalized this. They have come to a place where they see this structure as an ideal. The channel makes the money. The channel protects them. The channel is, in essence, of their family and their father. He is the Kurtz. He is the Colonel Kurtz at the head of this place where logic has broken and where evil has begun to justify its evil. We all have a propensity for that, and we all have to be very vigilant to see that we don't become Kurtz, that we don't become Daddyofive, where the means are not justified. And it's so interesting that he comes out and he says that the videos are fake. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is the thing that you've created. This is what these kids are participating in. Even if this is a farce, even if this is a constructed pantomime of madness. It's still a pantomime of madness. And you've drug your kids into it. They're worshiping you in the way that the indigenous tribes of Apocalypse Now and Heart of Darkness worshipped the central figure of a rotting and corrupt society. Evil, as Stefan Molyneux, as much as I don't like him anymore, evil is very, very well defined as something that appropriates good to do harm. That's exactly what these people have done. And I feel confident that at some point you will be alone and you will be in darkness. And the light of the stars will fade and there'll be nothing but black emptiness closing in on you. And that's when the reality of this will crush you. I don't even want to learn your name, Daddyofive. That's when you will understand. When it's so far gone that there's no chance that you will ever fix it. And at that moment, that is when you will stare into the abyss, and the abyss will stare back into you, to use the cliche. And the only response you will have to that, the horror. The horror. Because that's what you are. Thank you.